Okay, so you turn around and kind of begin to turn past that space, and right as you turn the corner back into the main thoroughfare, there's a shape waiting for you right at where that opens up.
Tana?
You see a figure's cloak whipping, and right as you come tearing in, and the lights of the sand begin to kind of apparate, you see the familiar gray hair and red cloak of Otohan Thul just standing there right in your way. As you begin to try and slow it down, she darts forward and just blades out, starts striking up against the crawler's side. The skirmisher kind of wheel up. The wheel splits apart and then digs right into the dirt ground. The back of the legs kind of fling forward as all of you kind of get pulled forward as it just kind of grinds into the dirt, throwing all of you from the back of the vehicle, and you all end up tumbling in the dirt, spinning over and over before coming to rest. While the rest of you who weren't on it now went to kind of chase and follow suit, and you see this fiery explosion, and it just eats shit and get destroyed. Your friend's thrown from it, and there standing in the ground, you see Otohan stand up. The two blades at the side, the cloak just flapping in the breeze. At which point, she kind of looks back at both sides, kind of has blades out to both, and goes, "Let's have a conversation, shall we?" And you watch as there's this weird this flicker in the back underneath where the cloak is. And these dark shapes appear. 3 dark, shadowy versions of her appear in the space around where she is. All wearing the same dark gray armor, but somehow darker. Dark grays and blacks.
You want a conversation? You better start talking before that jaw's removed from your skull.
You impress me with your brazen infiltration. Brash can have its merits. Over well plotted. We who think too far ahead, it seems, can miss what stands right before us, yes? Who sent you? Who is your employer?
She takes a few more steps in your direction.
I step in front of Imogen.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my hand out.
The kind of shadowed versions, which now you can see are versions of her. They're like dark, shadowed versions of her body, bereft of a lot of color, just kind of in grays and blacks. There's like faint flickering to it a little bit.
Do they move as she moves, or do they move independently?
They move independently, though the movement is similar.
I step by Imogen as well.
Orym. You've seen these assassins before.
Oh, shit! It just got interesting.
Underneath
Before it was not
Otohan,
But now it is.
the ground is gonna sort of rip open, and red light's gonna pour out, and just a sphere of storm is gonna erupt around her. And I'm casting Hungry Torrent.
With this, she's going to go ahead and already is next to you. She's going to go ahead and run a couple strikes. Going to do 3 attacks against you, Orym. 10 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
She's going to go ahead and Sonic Strike for an additional 14 points of psychic.
Oh my.
I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, Perry Green.
Fail.
Fail, you are knocked prone.
Fuck.
Water weight.
I hate all of it.
Sweeping it out from under you. Is going to go ahead and strike you again. You're prone to advantage on the strike.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to be 15 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are prone, the blade sinks deeper into you on the ground. It almost seems to like seek to pin you to the floor. You take an additional 8 points of force damage. Third strike against you. 12 points of slashing damage.
Out, and as he's going out, he's looking at the sky past her shoulder and thinking of his husband and his father.
Oh, no! Not like this. Come
He's going to go ahead and take the rest of the movement over here. Kind of moving away from the now unconscious Orym, pulling the blade forth, walks over past Ashton, just looking up in the direction of where Imogen vanished.
I am going to do Cure Wounds on Orym through Mister.
Perhaps if I jump somebody fucking pigeon.
She's not even looking a little rough, is she?
She's looking a little haggard. She's taking some hits.
So I will do that.
You guys spent a lot of this running away, so. I mean, in a rough opening round for you.
8 points of healing. All right.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, went from like 89%.
We're
to
3/4
0,
back up.
Fast.
I know.
Storm's
We're
back
good.
up.
Yeah,
We're
one's
good.
back up.
Brings us to Otohan's turn. And that Otohan here, like thrashing, stops for a second, looks at Imogen, and like the rest.
Your friends are extremely obnoxiously resilient.
Yeah.
Perhaps I've been going about this the wrong way. I should be more complete with my job. You know what?
You know what?
These are
Anytime
gonna
you see-
move.
You know what?
Over to here. That one's gone. She's gonna go ahead and offhand to Echo Swap, and
Yep.
What?
all of a sudden she teleports separately from the Echo. They both and swap places,
Yep.
Is that like a feature bonus action? Whoa.
and is going to go ahead and action surge.
Oh my
Yep.
Otohan.
You are prone, so that's advantage. That's going to be 23 to hit. Yeah.
Does Mister get a reaction from the shadow moving?
It doesn't really move, it's a teleport.
And that doesn't provoke an opportunity attack.
No, that's 9 points of slashing damage.
Down.
Okay.
And as it stabs, you see Orym's hand, which was reaching into his belt, and the blue sending stone goes boom.
Oh,
Dude.
yes, so fucking awful.
Second strike. Shit. Auto crit. 2 death saves.
Good night.
Third strike. Auto crit. Orym, please describe to me in your final moment as Orym looks up, barely holding his vision forward, and Otohan pulls the blade up and is about to press it down into his sternum.
There's a really heavy sense of failure. But at the same time, I know I'm gonna see Will and Derek again.
She stops for a second.
We've met before.
Yeah.
She turns back up and looks at Imogen.
Orym.
The tension has passed, and a calm peace comes over you. There's this shadow, this looming darkness of regret and anxiety gives way to the sounds of a soft breeze of Zephyr through the trees. And you feel the presence you've missed for a bit as you turn from the shadow amongst the various cherry blossom branches and the wind that blows in this kind of soft dreamscape before you. You see Will. Just looking back. And you want nothing more than to stay here. And in that moment of relinquishing to whatever the next life may be, you hear Fern's words echo out from above.
Hi. Hi, friend. Can you please come back? Because I'm getting a little scared. We need your help, because we can't do this just by ourselves, okay?
The soft dream begins to fade a moment, and you glance up into a shaft of light. And her words
words call out to you. And you're torn. You look back down to Will, who looks back at you. And as his voice echoes, "You're not done."
I really wish I could stay.
I'll still be here.
Oh, I miss you so bad.
There will be a time. I look forward to it.
Say hi to Derek for me. Say hi to Dad.
I will. And he reaches out and embraces you. Like a hot spring that just envelops you. You feel the warmth and light of a connection you've missed for so long. How? Go. And he throws you up towards the shaft of light. And as you drift upward, you watch the tree begin to fade. You see his face begin to fade. And you feel the sting of dust and sand against your cheek. You blink and squint and come to focus. And as you look right up into the face of Fern, upside down above you, tears streaming down her face.
Hey, Vernie.
Hey, best friend.
We were in a bit of a pickle, and
I'm glad that you're here.
Where's everybody?
Well, everyone's here, but Laudna is not.
What do we do? Ladders. Ladders. We've done everything we can so far.
No! What are you doing?
What do we do though? But what do we do? Because we always do something. Fern, can you can heal people? Can you heal her?
I can't because we picked you and we didn't. We flipped a coin, which feels super careless now that I'm going back on it. Imogen, I'm sorry. Okay.
You'll just
We're
keep
gonna
hearing
figure
in
it
our
out.
heads over and over again. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Orym's gonna stumble off in that direction and just start yelling, "Help!" No, don't.
As you start shouting help and FCG tries to stop you, the storm itself subsiding, you can hear the tense shouts and rallying conversation of the Paragon's call beyond the partially crumbled wall that currently surrounds, or mostly surrounds, the seat of disdain. Destruction.
Where's the yelling?
This is the seat, so...
Away toward
Fucking away,
Joe's. We're heading
full
toward
goddamn
Joe's.
speed.
Okay. Charging and running further into the streets of Bassaris, running from the sound of a rallying Paragon's call,
angered at the recent assault upon their homestead. The storm itself subsiding, the people of the city beginning to slowly peek around the edges and try and grasp what sort of maelstrom just burst through the center of their city. You go rushing to find shadow or solace, a place to reconvene and gather your thoughts in whatever the next step may be. You will be watching until the end of the afternoon into the early evening, since you definitely set up here a little earlier in the day comparatively. Even with the short rest entirely, but no major event. You can hear now work going on upstairs in Imaharajo's shop. A couple of shouts here and there, some conversation. Sounds like a music box is put on for a bit to kind of just keep the work atmosphere going. And it looks, or sounds, I would say, like they're getting to work on your box. But you finish your watch, no major issue.
I would say that the whole time I also couldn't stop thinking about Thule and thinking how seeing Imogen reminded me of my own day 6 years ago and how much there's to do. I'll tell you what I know. I don't have a lot of answers, but this Thule woman is playing a long game, and whatever she's interested in with you, she's not going to stop. These are the people who attacked my home and took my family from me. And that was 6 years ago. And they seem a lot further into whatever plans they have. So if she's willing to play whatever game they're playing for years, and she's not done with you.
I know.
So there's no point sitting around wondering. We need to get help for Laud and I hope. And then we gotta find this woman and stop her.